I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
My kingdom for a dry shirt! Ugh, I'm tripping!
Who are you? Stay away from my family. They know nothing of the wizard. Take me. A source hunter? Lodian, the gods have answered our prayers. I can think of no more welcome deliverer from this predicament than one of your esteemed order. Seven bless us, and you too. Aye, we three laboured under Zandalor's employ. He was right decent to us, and it's thanks to him we managed to escape the brutes upstairs. Zandalor prepared this hidden place long ago. It's almost as though he knew, somehow, that this day would come. Or perhaps he knew only that the forces of evil would always pursue those of goodness and light. Many years ago he told us that if ever we found ourselves in danger, we should flee to this cellar. Shut fast its door, he said, and mark the jam with a chalk pentangle. This will call forth the magic I have assigned for your protection. It seems our friend was true to his word. Zandalor is a brilliant man, even among wizards. Why he chose to settle in this sleepy little town, I can't say. But then again, he never did remain for long. Always dashing off to attend to some matter or other, our wizard. We cared for his home while he was away, and attended to him when he was in. We were quite fond of him, and I do believe he was rather fond of us too. It seems that when we triggered this cellar's defences, he knew straight away. Within a minute or so, a strange orb of light appeared before us. It grew sharper and sharper about the edges. I held out my hands to grasp it, and it fell, heavy as a pearl, in my hands. From the orb came Zandalor's voice, clear and strong, as though he were standing just before me. His voice was hurried, strained in a way I'd never heard before. Something unthinkable, that he was travelling through the Phantom Forest, that heart of horrors, and into the ancient Source Temple that rests within its cursed depths. He told us to wait for the White Witch, asked us to deliver a message, something important by the sound of it. We wrote it down, word for word, and will pass it along whenever it is she comes. I know little more than its name implies, but if a temple of Source does indeed rest within that blighted forest, a greater evil I cannot imagine. Many is the year since ghoul or beast has ventured out of the defiled sanctuary of those woods, yet still we of the village dare not enter. Legend says that to set a single foot into the Phantom Forest is to invite death's grasp. It's a legend none wish to test. As you may know, this town was founded as the last bulwark against the Source monstrosities that reside within that terrible place. After the fall of Brachus Rex, the defeated darkness retreated to those woods, and haunted they have remained ever since. Believe me, Source Hunter, the last thing I'd want to do is disparage you, but this message is simply too important to hand over to a recent acquaintance. Perhaps if you had some proof of your association, we might feel better handing it over. Not much to see here, I'm afraid. but you're welcome to take a look around.
How very strange to see a friendly face in these dark times. Strange, but welcome. A cat told you? I don't know much about source hunters, but I never knew them to be, well, cat whisperers, or any such thing. Nevertheless, I suppose I've seen stranger things around a wizard's table. If what you say is true, it must be Jinxica to whom you spoke. How wonderful to hear she lives! I feared she'd been lost to the orcs or the wilds, but it seems our kind Kitty has been helping us all this time. We called for old Jinxie before going into hiding, but this little stray here was the only one who showed up. I figured better to save one little whiskered friend than none. Oh, that dear fellow. He had a great many friends and acquaintances, from local witches to mighty spirits. His dining room was always full of conversations of every conceivable topic, and it was a pleasure to listen in. But he had been somewhat despondent these past few years, ever since return from an extended visit to Luculla Forest. His long face and nervous eyes were new features to his typically sunny disposition. We never did learn the source of his discomfort, but I always kept him in my prayers.
Make yourself at home for the present. We haven't much to offer, but my wife can tell you plenty about the wizard. He's a good and decent man, our Xandalore. Without him, we'd have been ripped apart and tossed aside by the marauders outside this cellar. My wife can tell you more, if it's more you wish to know.
What's the word, Source Hunter? A family of Xandalore's servants? Why, yes. Yes, he spoke often of a faithful trio in his employ. He said he'd trust them with his life if it came down to it. Take this ring. It will mark you as my ally.
Fire, brimstone, ash, and chaos. While that demon rages on in the cooler north, our simple shelter plane will be brought to simple ruin.
Oh, it's dropped in here.
How did you find my life this time of year, Kara?
Cold, Master Illy.
Rotten all the way to my boot soles.
It's heating up.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale. What a deluge!
Our friend, how can we help you? That ring! Hekara's blessing! Zandalore has the same. I'd recognize it anywhere. So the White Witch sent you, did she? I should have known she'd not sit idly by while the world turned topsy-turvy. Zandalore's message is as such. He's gone to the Source Temple in the Phantom Forest, and he wants her, or I suppose you, her messengers, to follow him there. In order to enter the forest, you'll need an amulet. He stored it in a small chest near his personal waypoint. Once you're inside the forest, you'll need to find the Forest Spirit. This spirit will give you the rune you need to enter the Source Temple. But first things first, if you want to get inside Zandalore's house, you'll need to use the portal in this very room. I've the crystal you need in order to activate it. Still, entering the house will be the least of your worries. Zandalore himself has called forth every manner of protection to discourage would-be intruders, and you will have to defeat them all in order to reach the bedroom. Now, the last thing he said doesn't make much sense to an outsider. Perhaps you or the witch will manage to make better sense of it. He said, and I quote, "She is coming. I only hope I can reach the temple first. If she finds the portal..." He didn't finish after that. Before you go, perhaps we might impose on you, well, a favor, you see. Source Hunter, we need a way out of this place. It's only a matter of time before the savages upstairs find us, and trying to leave through the village is as good as suicide. But Zandalore has his own means of travel, a waypoint shrine in his own chambers reserved for his personal use. If we could only get there, we'd be able to flee this place lickety-split. The only trouble is what I've already mentioned. The wizard's house is rigged from top to bottom. If you'll be disabling its defenses, we'll slip through without problem. Good luck, Source Hunter, and unimaginable thanks from me and mine.
trash is another man's trash.
It doesn't seem to work here. A scroll of revelation. There must be something of some value hidden here. It doesn't seem to work here. I feel like I've been set in stone. What just happened?
I'm fading. Fast. I'm dying.
As good as the new penny.
Back on your feet, cooking.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends? As good as a new penny.
On the menu. Back on my feet again.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? That carnivorous farmhand? I certainly think not. Treasure, treasure on the ground. I suppose if you're titillated by the brutalization of our beloved language, Nadia's the proper choice for you. Unfortunately, you've chosen wrong for any soul with half an ounce of sense. Treasure, treasure on the ground. What a horn-loving dog you are! I won't hear such nonsense. No, indeed, an orc isn't really a dame in any case, is it? Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? What a horn-loving
It's a mirage. I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake. Sound of the seven! There we are. The house's defenses should be off now.
The family should be able to get through here without a hitch. We ought to tell them the coast is clear.
Friend, how can we help you? Oh, yes, let's! Have you cleared a path to Xandalor's shrine? Great gods above! That's fantastic news! I can nearly smell the fresh air already. Psst! Before we go, I might be able to offer you a little tip. When I was cleaning the wizard's guest rooms, I'd often hear him whisper Ikara to a locked chest in his chamber. I can't say for certain what's in there, but perhaps it will help you on your journey. Thank you for your aid, my hero.
Treasure, treasure on the ground. Who's the grandest dame in town? Aren't you a dear? What is it you like best about that lovely lady? The sweet cadence of her voice? Her fair grace? The whole package has impressed you, I do suppose. Well chosen indeed.
What's this, then? Who in the hells are you? And where am I? These aren't my bones. I was made of sterner stuff, make no mistake. Switched skulls? What do you want about, you loon? This is intolerable. I used to be an important man round these parts, you know. I demand respect. The mayor I was and the mayor I am still. Now leave me be. For I've important municipal matters to attend to.
I guess we were wrong. Switching skulls did make him swap souls after all.
On the bright side, you seem to have answered one of the world's oldest questions. My kingdom for a dry shirt!
You're still alive. Way to beat the odds, Wanderer. You did what now? Cleared the village of my best customers, did you? Well, we've got a word for that in the afterlife, you damn bone poacher. Can't say I remember who I was before the change came over me, but these days I'm a travelling trader of sorts. There's an immaculate necromancer in the village ahead. She's the one who brought me back from, well, wherever I was. She's an especially bright one, you know. Most necromancers can only revive a dead corpse into an animated one, but she manages to yank back some semblance of consciousness too. I don't remember much, but the thrill of trade certainly calls to me. Maybe I was a merchant in my former life. Who knows these days? Most undead are busy haunting Seal or picking the way in the Lucula mines. But I keep a low profile and stay out of sight. Haven't been bothered by an immaculate yet, and I hope to keep it that way. My, you're still alive! Way to beat the odds, Wanderer. I wonder what the orcs want with all this boat. Make a chandelier, most like. And a very ostentatious one it'll be. I spy 2 little eyes, all smashed to bits against the wood. Pity that. Burnt, ruptured, trampled. Ugh. To think I could have made a fortune selling all of these to a whimsical taxidermist. I wonder what the orcs want with all this boat. Make a chandelier, most like. And a very ostentatious one it'll be. mess around with these immaculates. Is that one of them lovely Baywater belts? Oh, no, no, false alarm. Just a few yards of intestine. There's still meat on those bones. Must have been the miller's boy. Muscles strong as marble he had. I spy two little eyes, all smashed to bits against the wood. Is that one of them lovely Baywater belts? Oh, no, no, false alarm. Just a few yards of intestine. I wonder what the orcs want with all this bone. Make a chandelier, most like. And a very ostentatious one it'll be. This wall could really do with a lick of paint. Blood gets so ugly when it dries. Burned, ruptured, trampled. To think I could have made a fortune selling all of these to a whimsical taxidermist. There's still meat on those bones. Must have been the miller's boy. Muscles strong as marble he had. My, how did a spleen get lodged in here? They don't mess around with these immaculates. Burned, ruptured, trampled. To think I could have made a fortune selling all of these to a whimsical taxidermist.
Sweet relief!
There's still meat on those bones. Must have been the miller's boy.
Back on my
Muscles
feet
strong
again.
as marble, yeah.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
How can I help you, my friend?
Really do with a lick of paint. Blood gets so ugly when it's
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
burned, ruptured, trampled. To think I could have made a fortune selling all of these to a whimsical taxidermist.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
There's still meat in those bones. Must have been the miller's boy.
Dripping.
Muscles strong as marble, he had.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
I need to dry off.
Source Hunter, you stand at the very doorstep of dreaded Phantom Forest, and before you enter these woods, I need to tell you something. The first thing you should know, my friend, is that I am not a human. I am in fact a true cat. At least, such was my start in life. I will tell you all, and all begins with Cassandra. Her tale is not a happy one. She was kept like a prisoner in her brother Brachus's castle, locked up alone in a tower like some fairy tale princess. One day, though, I came along. A young little tomcat that climbed up the branches of a tree, reaching her window. She was kind to me, fed me well and petted me to my heart's content. But her loneliness drove her to do more. She was a sorceress, you see, and with her magic gave me human consciousness and a voice to give it expression. We talked the days away, content to know one another, but once more, her loneliness drove her further. One morning I woke, and to my horror, yes, horror, I was a man. A cat no longer. Don't worry, she assured me. You can be your own self still, but here with me, a man you must be. Despite my confusion and apprehension, I admit it didn't take long for me to enjoy the newfound pleasures of a newfound existence. I loved her truly. Loved her deeply. But then her brother took her. And when she returned, she was a lich, twisted and vile. In terror, I recoiled, fled our tower, and was soon discovered by Brachus's sentinels. They dragged me to the Mad King. So enraged was he to discover she had loved another that he feasted all his wrath upon me. All that is sweet and good in life ceased for many long years. Yet, despite it all, I loved Cassandra still, remembering the woman that was. So when the Source Hunters came, I wasn't simply liberated like I told you. No. I searched for Cassandra and, knowing she'd be executed on the spot, helped her make her escape. I, Hunter. I helped a sorceress lich escape. And that is the very reason I'm divulging all this. To warn you that she is here. Yes, it is true. Cassandra is the phantom that gives Phantom Forest its name. I fear that will indeed be inevitable. This is her forest now. She its queen. No trespass remains without consequence, and I have no clue how her mind twists and turns after all these years. Human yet, or horror only. Humanity. Oh, how I hope, imperfect though it may be, that a glimpse of humanity may still lie buried beneath the lich Cassandra is today. Be that as it may, stand warned that she possesses phenomenal powers, and that she is impervious to the sting of sword or sorcery. I haven't laid eyes on Cassandra in many ages, Hunter, and I fear for what you may find. Fear for what I may find.
What a tale that was. A cat turned human, soon swept into all kinds of misery for all his troubles.
He has lived through the worst humanity has to offer, but at least he briefly knew love. The best.
Nevertheless, he has blundered dreadfully, in my opinion. The love you talk about has led to Elith's freedom, and now it's up to us to face her ghoulish music.
What venom churns within me?
Zandalor's amulet is protecting me. The spectral taint has no effect. Spectre's taint. It seems only the area directly around the bridge is haunted.
courses through my veins.
Wizardry!
Mercy on your soul!
To hear a little tale?
As good as the new penny.
If this battle be my last, no, I went out fighting in your name. write my next tale in your blood.
But it pours, eh?
I needed that.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Where is our spirit? Where has she fled? Turn back. These lands belong to her. The Queen of the dead, the Queen of the doomed. Cassandra, I am her fruit. I am her nectar. I am her ambrosia. The temple is not all it seems. Lower the bridge. Find her bones. Is our spirit? Where has she fled?
Wherever in Rivellon you lead, I will follow.
Vanquish them!
freezing mists.
My life is ebbing away.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Ho! Our enemy. Back on your feet, soldier!
Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. Dearest mother, I fail.
Seventh power, my blows!
needed that.
Is its own deliverance!
No glory in this death.
Careful now, that's a trap. I've spotted a trap.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends? Ah!
Why, blessed souls, untainted in these woods? How is it possible? And what a welcome sight you are to eyes grown so weary of chaos and corruption. Do you feel the spirit of these woods, Blessed One? It's growing fainter every day, overcome by darkness, pain, and terror. My mentor, the forest spirit, is dying, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I am the spirit's apprentice, and it was once our happy lot to care for and heal the flora and fauna of this forest. I have so much still to learn, but my mentor has been overcome by the powerful forces of evil that have invaded our home. Shiara is her name, and the hum of her energy among the trees is growing fainter, a dying heartbeat I know not how to save. We were caught by a terrible demon, a sick soul who thrives on the anguish he draws from others. I escaped, only to find that without Shiara's protection, I was an easy target for the Leaf Queen. I am a lamb among wolves, and Shiara's power is waning. Without help, this forest and all its creatures will succumb to evil. I've seen these woods pass through the hands of terrible fiend after fiend. First came the sorcerers, tainted by cruel magic. Next came the Lich Queen, mired in sorrow and a thirst for death. But I would have served them all in gratitude if it meant we'd be free of Balberith. He thrives on pain. He feeds on it like a bee to a flower. He must have caught whiff of Shiara's sanctuary here, her home for creatures tainted by source, and figured he'd found himself a never-ending feast of pain. He captured us both, Shiara and I, and so the creatures of these woods were left vulnerable. I managed to escape while he glutted himself upon the fears of an unlucky passer-through, but I could not free my master in time. He keeps her there in his lair even now, waiting for her to break, so that he may consume her. Is that why you've come? Do you intend to destroy Balberith? Blessed I knew you were, but your bravery is astounding. To find the demon, you must make a path through the many creatures he's tormented. Tread around them with care, O hero. They have been tainted, but any anguish you inflict upon them will only feed Balberith and make him stronger. Once Balberith is destroyed, Shiara will be free. In time, her spirit will heal, and with it this forest. Thank you, brave Blessed One. Good luck.
My 1,000-year search is coming to an end. Balberith is near.
Oh, terrible.
A few more steps,
Terrible,
no
terrible.
more.
Dearest Master, I've failed. What will become of us? What will become of the trees, the creatures? She's done it now. She's finally done